Morning, guys. I am sitting on my bed watching YouTube, as you do. The weather is terrible outside today. It's lashing rain all day. Well, it's only kicking off. It's not very bad yet, but anyway. So I decided I need to sit here, watch YouTube, and do my crochet. So I wanted to explain something. When I was, sorry, I had to get a photograph. So when I was a child, this lovely granny here. Okay, so this is me at the age of about, I don't know, 3, and this is my granny. I've showed this on a live before. This was her around the same age with her granny. My aunt gave me this present at Christmas a few years ago. These two photographs were kind of, I don't know what the word is, but fixed up and printed and put into this beautiful frame. So this granny died when I was 10 years old, so I was very close to her. And she taught me how to knit and crochet. And I went to school at the age of 4.5. The principal, a nun, had gotten onto my mother and said, "Look, we need numbers. Can you send Jackie a bit early?" So I actually started school at Easter time, halfway through the year. And I don't remember it, but I know I was taken all around the school when I started by the principal, the nun, showing off the fact that I could knit. So I had my knitting with me, and she took me around to all the classes showing me how this little teeny tiny 4.5-year-old could knit. I was also taught how to crochet, but what I learned in primary school, and I still have the exact same photocopy of a pattern. I think it's in the attic. I must look for it later. It was a circular table mat, and that's all I could ever do. Nothing else. I never tried anything else with crochet. I have the pattern in my head, so I could literally just sit down now and just start this circular table mat and just knit a big massive one, but like it's big, like so back at the start of this year, I joined what's called the Women's Shed. So it's a group of women getting together every Friday morning, and we do a different class every week. And last week on the Friday, we were doing crochet, which I was delighted about. And she was teaching us granny squares, and I couldn't fathom how I was going to make a square. When I was so used to making circles, I was like, how the hell do you make it into a square? Couldn't figure it out. So after asking our lovely teacher similar questions about 10 times, I eventually figured it out in my brain, and I sat down and I worked away and I did it. So this is the one I was making in the class. As you can see, there's my stitch. I just took it out because I've only the one needle at the moment. I have needles somewhere, I can't find them. I had to buy a new one, but this is my stitch, so I took it out so that I could start some other stuff. But this is the one I was doing in class last week. A giant granny square, so I'm just going to keep going with that and make one purple blanket, but then I decided I wanted to make a multicolored blanket, and I have this beautiful green wool, so I made green and purple ones, so that'll be a beautiful blanket. So I have, what do I have, 5, 6, 7 there. So I'm going to put them together at some stage and make more. So I know how to do my granny squares. But when we were doing the class last week, she had a massive blanket made of the granny square pattern, and she had this other one which was obvious. She started at a corner and worked out like this, and again my brain couldn't fathom how the hell you would do this. And I asked on our group chat, I said, "Do you have a pattern for the other one?" And she said I had a pattern, but she said it's impossible to follow. She said, "I'll sit down and I'll show you in class next week," which was yesterday. So look at this. This is the corner one. So we started down here, and the rows work up this way. So I added in some purple, and then I decided to go back to the green. So where's my stitches here? So I'm just going to swing that around now and start working back the other way. And I'm just going to do, so I have I've decided now I'm going to leave that much in the corner. I'm going to do the same amount now of the green maybe. And then go back to purple and just keep doing it until I have a nice big blanket. I actually don't know how to so obviously that's going to have to be brought in again to go back up like this to be made into a big square blanket. And I don't know how to do that. So she's going to show me that. There's a different class next week. So we're only doing the 2 crochet classes. So the different class next week, which I'm not doing, but I'm going to go in for the cup of tea. And she's going to sit down with me and explain to me how to bring it back in and make it into a big square blanket. But look at the detail, like the stitches are just incredible. And it's actually, I know it looks crazy detailed, but it's only one simple stitch, this one, like. So look at it. I just love it. I love crochet. So I just wanted to explain that because I've been putting the pictures up on YouTube and people are telling me how beautiful they are and that. But it's not that I just picked up the needle and she showed me what to do and I was miraculously able to do it. I did learn at an extremely young age how to sew, how to knit, how to crochet, whatever else. But I haven't done them in years. Now I have been doing that circular crochet, alright, and I have done some knitting, but I think it's time to get back into the crochet because I have to say crochet is the prettiest. Like this is just, I love it. It looks amazing and it's so simple. It's actually so simple. Some of the girls in the class, I was putting pictures of this up on the group chat and some of them literally couldn't even do the first stitch. They couldn't figure out how to do the first lot of 6 chain stitches. And they were mocking me in the group chat. It was a good laugh. They were like, oh, SWAT, teacher's pet. I says, lads, you're just jealous. So yeah, there's my beautiful crochet. So I just wanted to explain that it's not just a miracle that I was able to do this crochet, that I did learn it very, very young. And it all came back to me. It's amazing once you kind of start. Do you know they always say it's like riding a bike? Like I'd even go on holidays and I'd come back after 2 weeks and I'd be thinking, I hope I remember how to drive the car because I'd be so used to driving every day. And then of course when you don't drive for 2 weeks, you'd miss it and you'd feel like you wouldn't know how to do it again, that kind of thing. But the crochet, I swear to God, like I just sit and watch and telly now, just crocheting away. I wouldn't even be watching what I'm doing. So I love it. So I just wanted to explain how it came about. It was my lovely granny who would have taught me how to do. There she is, look. She adorable. So she taught me how to knit and stuff. And she was left-handed, which was handy. But when she died then, my aunt was trying to take over teaching me how to, excuse me, how to do different things. And she's right-handed, so she could not figure out how to teach me stuff. So it was a lot more difficult when my aunt was trying to take over. But anyway, so that's the story, guys. Just wanted to tell you about my beautiful crochet efforts. So thanks for watching. Bye.